Alrighty, I'm already rubbing my hands with excitement because I've wanted to do something like this for a long time. First things first though, put down your torches and your pitchforks.
This is just my opinion. All tier lists are subjective by nature. You will never find a single definitive tier list that all players will agree on, so please take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Get good scrub, thanks.
Also, the game in itself is in a very early stage, with virtually no offline tournaments to be found, at least to my knowledge, so nothing is set in stone yet, you can't be sure about anything at this point, so everything that I'm about to say is based solely on my online experience. And with that out of the way, let's get started. First up, Water Tanjiro, and yep, you guessed it right, S tier right there, top of the game damage, super easy to play, which will obviously affect the ranking. The less brain cells you have, the better you will play with this character, and actually punishing him online with lag is a nightmare, so not much else to say. Offline, he should be more manageable to counterplay, but other than that, a pretty easy pick for the S tier bracket. And moving on to Nezuko. Nezuko, my kawaii loli Nezuko. Listen, even if you don't wanna play her as a point character, Nezuko shouldn't be missing from any team, bro. If you intend to play this game at least a little bit competitively, Nezuko is just a character that should not be missing from any team, and that is enough to make her one of the best characters and undisputably an S tier. I mean, look, her and Shinobu are the best assists in the game, and in my opinion, Nezuko might be a little bit better, at least as far as the tracking goes. But even if we exclude the assist, she is busted even as a point character. She's got crazy damage, one of the best grabs in the game. Absolutely godlike neutral due to her normal and special moves. She just doesn't miss. I personally don't think that she should be missing from any team. She is that good. Probably the best character overall. Alrighty, and next up we have Sakonji Urokodaki, who's everybody calling Urokodaki, but his name is Sakonji. And in my opinion, he's also one of the best characters in the game. He might not be as brain-dead as Water Tanjiro, for example, but he is pretty close. Listen, with Urokodaki, you have some pretty nasty setups at your disposal, and you also get to set the pace of the game pretty easily. If you are super thirsty about that sweet W, you can play super lame with this character, and just time out the opponent by having a health lead. Just move away, spam assists, place traps, and let the opponent make mistakes. He also deals an absurd amount of damage, and he has the highest defense in the game for absolutely no reason. Top tier, next, Makomo. Makomo is actually one of those characters that I feel like are severely misunderstood by the community. And actually, I thought as well that she was pretty bad as a character, but I quickly changed my mind once I started playing with her. Yeah, she doesn't deal too much damage, but damage ain't everything in this game. She's got one of the best neutrals in the whole game, perhaps the single best. Top speed, insane punishing potential, nice resets, an armored reversal, and very good range on her normal attacks. What really drops the ball for me is that she's pretty bad as an assist, and most importantly, her combos are very, and I mean very inconsistent. It almost feels like that the developers made her combos so flashy that they couldn't figure out how to optimize them so they wouldn't drop half the time, thus making her normal combos just dropping randomly. With that being said though, I'm really hopeful about this character. She's actually one of my favorites in this game, and with a little bit of tweaking in the near future, I feel like I could see her being an S tier easily. But for now, the A bracket seems just about right to me. Next, Sabito! I actually haven't played with Sabito yet. He's the single one character that I have not touched, but I have used him as an assist with Makomo, and he didn't work half the time, so I'm gonna be merciful with him. Seems about right. Zenitsu! If I had to rank Zenitsu based on his animations alone, I would place him in S tier. But because we rank his ability in the game and how strong he is overall, I'm gonna have to place him in S tier. Now, hear me out! Zenitsu mains love downplaying their character, but he is strong. The only reason I place him lower than Nezuko and Tanjiro is solely because of difficulty reasons. This character is harder to pick up and master than Nezuko and Water Tanjiro. And I feel like that's a pretty viable point when you are ranking characters. Why would you try and learn the hardest combos and setups in the game to deal 60% of damage and drop them half the time when you can just choose Water Tanjiro, spam all of your specials and get the same result? If we lived in a perfect world where we could play as robots and never drop any combos at all, I could definitely see Zenitsu among the top 3 characters of this game. But because we're mere humans mashing some potatoes here and there who drop combos every 3 milliseconds, low S it is. Next! Inosuke-sama! This is gonna be my personal hot take. Inosuke is the best character in the game. There, I said it. I said what I said. Inosuke is the guard break goddo of this game. I don't even know if I should be showing what I'm about to show, but here goes. His game plan is that simple. Use a busted assist, either Shinobu or Nezuko, and just super dash. 2 times is all it takes, and it's GG's. Don't get me started on his reversal, which deals roughly 25% of damage, and also guard breaks the enemy. Did I mention its full screen? Yeah, he doesn't deal too much damage, but as I said previously, damage ain't everything. Especially when you have a game plan as easy as this. Also, he's probably the best character at punishing water spams, which obviously gives him extra credits. You know what, dude? Screw it. Special tier list for our Lord and Savior, Inosuke-sama! The Lord of the Mountain is here to stay, and he's the king of this game. I said it. Moving on! Giyu, another easy choice for the S tier bracket. He's got one of the highest damage in the game. He's also got an insanely powerful counter, which leads to insane damage. I mean, this dude hits like a truck. Also, the counter can be cancelled by almost every single attack. He's got the highest damaging grab in the game, and also he's got a very fast water wheel, which is extremely effective at punishing other water wheel spammers, and it is also plus on block. I mean, I don't have much else to say, he's just extremely strong overall. Easiest tier. Shinobu-chan, I can very easily place Shinobu at the S tier category just for her assist. I mean, you don't even need to play her as a point character, honestly. Her assist is just busted, and just like Nezuko, I feel like she deserves the S tier spot. As a point character, I would say she's high A tier perhaps. She is mad fast, has a special gliding rolling thingy in the air which is especially annoying to deal with, and she can play the lame timeout game very efficiently. She also has the option of cancelling out her armor tilt move, which also can be done only by her in the whole roster, and do some nasty shenanigans and deal some cheap damage. Plus, she's got the poison. Yeah, she's very good overall. I feel like she's an S tier if you play her as an assist. As a point character, I feel like she's just a little bit better than Makomo, so high A tier. Overall though, I feel like she's a low S tier because you get the chance of alternating between different playstyles. You can choose to play a very aggressive composition, for example Inosuke plus Shinobu or Nezuko plus Shinobu, and you get to play the best of both worlds. You get the aggressiveness from the point character, you get the insanely good Shinobu assist, and if you wanna alternate your playstyle and mess up your opponent, you can just change to Shinobu and completely change up your playstyle and choose to go for a more defensive or even lame playstyle and time out your opponent with your poison. So yeah, overall, low S tier. You cannot go wrong with Shinobu. Moving on, we've got Rengoku-san, one of the coolest characters in the show for sure, and in the game he's got absolutely the most beautiful animations I've ever seen, at least as far as the flames and the ultimate goes. So Rengoku is high A tier, he's very easy to play, deals humongous damage, but I don't feel like he's got that extra cheesy something that the rest of the S tiers have. Also, he has low defense, but unlike Shinobu, his assist is not that good. High A tier. And lastly, out of the main roster, we have Hinokami Tanjiro. Honestly, to me, Hinokami Tanjiro is the most balanced character in the game. He's got his flaws, obviously, but he's got some advantages as well. And he's just really balanced overall, I feel like. He's got decent damage, he's got a crazy long-range grab, he's got a reset, easy touch of deaths, a decent reversal, beautiful animations, and pretty much everything that you'd like a character to have. But just like Rengoku and Makomo, he's missing that oomph, that certain something that makes him at least comparable to the gods in the S tier bracket. So I feel like mid-A seems like a pretty fair place to be for Hinokami Tanjiro. And finally, the moment you've been waiting for, the demons! Ayo! AKAZA! Yeah, they kinda suck. I'm sorry to be the harbinger of awful news, but hey, it's too soon to say. Maybe I am completely in the wrong, but in my eyes, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, as far as competitiveness goes, they don't really belong there. If you play as a demon against a seasoned fighter, you're gonna get cooked. No butter, no oil, my friend. Not having assists is a huge deal. No parry into swap, no super dash into swap, no wake up into swap. Having two special demon moves does not make up for all of those mechanics. Also, you don't get to have Nezuko or Shinobu as an assist, so that's already an L for you. On top of that, they also have the lowest defense in the game, 1.20 and 1.25 damage multiplier respectively. And yeah, that's pretty much the nail in the coffin for these characters. With that being said though, I feel like Rui is the stronger demon of the two. He can have a pretty nasty playstyle, either by abusing his insanely long-range normals, or just simply outzoning your opponents and timing them out. Obviously, it goes without saying that if you put enough time and effort, you can make these demons work, but for me, not having assists is a huge deal breaker, at least as far as the competitive side of this game goes. With that being said though, the demons are the most diverse and most fun characters in the whole roster, dare I say. They've got insanely beautiful animations, really fun playstyles, they play completely different, and they're just plain old fun to play. So don't be discouraged by the tier lists. I am still gonna be maining them, I'm still gonna be having a ton of fun with them, and at the end of the day, if you put in a little bit more effort and time, you're still gonna be clapping some ass cheeks. Having said that though, this is the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is my first time actually doing a tier list, so definitely let me know down below in the comments how I did. Did you guys like the video? Did you enjoy it? Maybe I forgot about something or someone, I don't know. But whatever the case, hopefully you guys still enjoyed this. I had a blast making it, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace!